Hey, vinyl community. We're coming to the end of 2017 already. If you've been watching my videos throughout the year, you'll have noticed that I bought a few records, just a few. And what I thought I would do is I kind of tapped my memory a bit and went through my collection, which is over there. And I tried to think about what were my favorite reissues of 2017. And then I kind of went through my collection and pulled them, and I thought I would share them with you. A lot of them you might have seen on my videos. But for those of you who don't have maybe missed a few videos, or you're a new subscriber, maybe you might have missed them. But first of all, cheers everyone. I hope everyone's having a great holiday season. I myself have one more day of work, and then I'm off for 7 days. So I'm quite happy. I got to preface all this by saying I'm sure there's other reissues out there that I didn't pick up that probably would have factored into my list. But due to different circumstances, probably money, I didn't pick them up. Like the Bowie box, I didn't bother with. The News of the World by Queen box set, Metallica Master Puppets, I didn't pick up. A lot of those I'm waiting for a price drop in 2018. By the way, in the comment section here, if you're so inclined, maybe let me know some of your favorite reissues, and if I have a chance, I'll check them out in 2018. Having said that all, I don't know what that is. I'm going to get right to it. Some of these are going to be kind of odd choices where, like I said, I just pulled what I played the most out of the reissues I picked up. Some of these there's just no rhyme or reason to why they were reissued. I just loved them, like these two. What's a reissue video without David Bowie? And I had to pick the gold vinyl editions of Ziggy Stardust and Hunky Dory. Why I picked these is that their releases were so random and arbitrary, and they just kind of came out of left field and out of nowhere. Why they were released, I have no idea. Did I need them? Nope. I already have many copies of these albums. Did I buy them? Yes. Because I'll generally buy anything Bowie. The reason they made the list, and I've played them a lot, is that the presses are actually really nice on these. Despite the fact that they're gold vinyl, I was just pleased to have them. So, as far as David Bowie reissues, I'll welcome anything that's just kind of a little bit left of center, that's not just a straight black vinyl reissue. Like I said, I didn't need them. I picked them up, and I just loved them. So, it's quite early in the morning, so you have to excuse me. I need some coffee to get through this one. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible today. Like the Bowie. What's a vinyl video for me, or a year-end recap without T-Rex? But hang on. If you saw a video of mine a few videos back for the Rhino Rocktober campaign, this album was in that video. And anytime, let's put it this way. There is a lot of albums that come out every year with the name T-Rex and Mark Bolan on it that are pure crap, and that's putting it nicely. When a release comes out where there's thought and care put into it, it's time to jump up and down, and I'm on several Mark Bolan T-Rex kind of Facebook groups and whatnot, and it's consensus that this, amongst the kind of vinyl collecting T-Rex fans, that this is probably one of the best, if not the best, vinyl reissue of Electric Warrior ever released, outside of an original Fly Records pressing from the UK. I have about 4 or 5 different versions of this album, and this is hands down the best pressing I've ever heard. And it's not just me, it's a lot of people way, way, way more in touch with that stuff than I am. So anyways, let me show it to you once again. If you didn't see my Rhino Rocktober video. This was North American only. So, which is kind of odd, because a lot of the T-Rex stuff comes out in UK only, and I have to fork over the bucks to get it over here in Canada. This kind of went in reverse. This was released in North America, and it's about time the Brits start shelling out for the T-Rex stuff. We finally got one here. What makes this so good is that renowned vinyl cutter Kevin Gray spent a lot of time and a lot of care, and not to over-explain this, I'm going to guess he's maybe a T-Rex fan, because he put out just a lot of love into this, and the sound is absolutely amazing. So it's the Kevin Gray cut vinyl cut of Electric Warrior. I've seen this floating around still in my local record stores. T-Rex doesn't sell a ton of records in my area. They they sell some. So I might go back and after the Christmas season and pick a couple up just to have some around in case someone wants one. I cannot recommend this enough. If I can spit that out. The Kevin Gray Rhino Rocktober, you can tell by it has this sticker on it. Vinyl cut of Electric Warrior. Absolutely blows any other version away outside maybe of an original Fly Records pressing, like I said. At the rate I'm drinking coffee, this is going to drag on, but I got another video coming up where I'm going to talk about some things coming up in 2018, but one of them, I'm going to try to keep my videos shorter. We're going to try that out. All right. This release kind of flew under the radar, and that's an album flying under the radar. There is like T-Rex, there's 1,000, I don't know how many records are released every year with the name The Monkees on it. And the Monkees keep on getting rehashed and rehashed and rehashed. We all know that by Rhino and Friday Music, I believe, possibly. This one kind of came out. Some people picked up on it. If you see it, I cannot recommend it enough. My favorite album by the Monkees is Head. This is called the alternate Head. So although it's not a straight reissue, I'm kind of lumping it in because it's an alternate version of the soundtrack to their movie Head in a gold foil as opposed to the silver foil that it came out in. This contains different stereo mixes, different versions, and a couple of different spoken word pieces than the original soundtrack. And this is a rare case where it's on par with the original release. The different mixes are as good. The sound is amazing. And I think it's gold vinyl. I'm not going to take it out. Anyways, see, that's what makes my videos go so long. Having said that, this is a different listening experience than the original soundtrack. It's absolutely on par with the original, and I cannot recommend this enough. The Monkees alternate Head. If you see it and you're so inclined, I wholeheartedly recommend picking it up. It is amazing listen if you're a big fan of the soundtrack like I am. We're going to go to Fleetwood Mac. And I shouldn't be telling this ahead of time because you guys will be skipping the video because you maybe don't like Fleetwood Mac. For Fleetwood Mac, it's kind of sexy to talk about the Peter Green albums. And it's kind of commonplace to talk about Rumours and the first Buckingham Nicks album. An album that I believe might have been their second biggest seller. It's behind Rumours. It's on par with that 75 Buckingham's Nicks album. I think it contained 5, 6, 7 singles. Is Tango in the Night. This is the deluxe box set for Tango in the Night. This is as unfashionable as it is to say probably one of my favorite Fleetwood Mac albums. And it's a credit. In fact, if you go back through my videos, which I'm sure you won't, there's an unboxing for this one. All these deluxe editions for Fleetwood Mac I pick up because they're always really good vinyl presses. The bonus cuts are really good. Although there's one whole CD of remixes, and I have the original 12 inches over there, and the 12-inch remixes are all very dated. Other than that, everything else is stellar on this release. And it's a credit to Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie and the rest of the band for kind of pulling this all together because Stevie Nicks was not really involved in this album a whole lot. She was kind of going through her own stuff. Having said that, and we all know the story if you're a Fleetwood Mac fan of what happened after the album came out, Lindsey Buckingham left the group and blah, 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 blah. But a stellar vinyl box set reissue. I got it at a really good price, which made it even better. Having said that, they're finally releasing a deluxe box set like this one and like Rumours and like Mirage of the 75 Buckingham Nicks Fleetwood Mac album. It's coming out in January. And I got an incredible pre-sale price from Amazon UK, which I'll be featuring in a video because that one's going to be killer, the deluxe box set for that. Tango in the Night. If you've not experienced this recently, give it a listen. It is one of the best Fleetwood Mac albums out there, and I will stand by this, and I will die on that hill for this album. It's probably my most listened to Fleetwood Mac album, oddly enough. We're going to go to this band. By showing you this album, I'm kind of showing you this, but it's encompassing the whole catalog by this group that was released in 2017. It's the Tragically Hip. They are quintessential Canadian. They are Canadian royalty. They're up there with Rush, if not more so, in the pantheon of Canadian entertainment. And it's just part of our culture. If you're not Canadian, I've talked about them before. It's just kind of a lot of people, it's in their DNA. Day for Night. A lot of you might know the lead singer Gord Downie died recently after his long battle with cancer. And it was almost like a day of mourning. Magazines came out just devoted to his passing, and TV shows, and a lot of people are still kind of reeling from his passing, although we knew it was coming. I think a lot of people were still holding out hope that he would pull through, considering they just had that amazing final tour of theirs. Day for Night. It's up there with my favorite Tragically Hip albums. Like I said, I pulled this one to kind of encompass the whole catalog that was released in 2017. And like I said, and if you don't know this, they appeared on Saturday Night Live promoting this album with Dan Aykroyd hosting, which was a monumental event in Canadian music history. And they just killed it. Tragically Hip, Day for Night was one of my final favorite vinyl reissues. This one was just featured in my Black Friday Record Store Day video. I won't talk a lot about it because I did in that video, but it's Neil Young, Harvest Moon. Up there with my favorite Neil Young albums of all time. Some of my lucky bastard friends have original pressings of this. I just never bothered picking one up at the time. Like a lot of us, we didn't bother picking these things up back in the day because we just didn't think vinyl was going to go away, and it did. Kind of like MP3s never affected us, as the record companies used to tell me. That's a whole other story. Harvest Moon by Neil Young that came out on Black Friday Record Store Day. Once again, this encompasses a whole band's vinyl catalog that came out recently in 2017. I have all original presses of all the Concrete Blonde albums, but this, Mexican Moon, I don't have $200 to shell out for this album. Original presses, go for that. Maybe they've dropped now that the reissues have come out. I was very happy to get this. Concrete Blonde was one of my favorite bands of the late 80s, kind of early 90s. And I think all their catalog is just incredibly stellar. So this kind of encompasses all of their vinyl reissues that came out. But the one I picked up was Mexican Moon, the missing piece of the puzzle. So I can close the door on the Concrete Blonde catalog. I have them all. All right. Sorry. One more. All right. By showing you this album, like the Hip, like Concrete Blonde, I'm going to talk about a whole genre that's really underrepresented in vinyl reissues. Skid Row, Beside Ourselves. This also came out for the Rhino Rocktober campaign. Has that sticker. Although I'm very happy to have this on vinyl. I love Skid Row. I love that music of that genre. I grew up with it of the time. Record companies are missing the boat on 80s and early 90s glam metal, hard rock. If you don't like that music, please, I don't need to know about it. So if you're thinking about typing a comment, just don't. You either love it or you hate it. I love that 80s metal, whether it's glam, although Skid Row was a little bit hard rock, more hard rock than glam, or whether it's kind of more hard rocking 80s kind of metal. I love it, grew up with it. It's on par with me with kind of 80s synth music. That's just what I grew up with. That's what I'm a product of. Record companies, you need to get your asses moving and not just start releasing the obvious ones like the first Skid Row, which I already seen a vinyl reissue, and Poison and Bon Jovi. You need to dig deeper and get some of these albums back out on vinyl. Just do limited pressings. Do 500 pressings. Do 500. It'll sell out. You guys will make $1 million. There's people like me that will pay $40, $30, whatever, for vinyl reissues of solid glam metal albums of the time. That's kind of a mini rant, but a very positive mini rant. My favorite music reissue label is Music on Vinyl, and I've talked about them before. I think they bring out the best reissues, and I think they bring out the best quality reissues. That's my opinion. I think they kicked the holy shit out of Universal's bullshit Back to Black vinyl. See Caravan's first album that came out on that label. I'm trying to think of other vinyl reissue labels. Mo-Fi is good, although I find them quite pricey. Music on vinyl, to me, it's where it's at. and I'm on their mail list, and I'm writing down those releases coming out because I'm pre-ordering them. Atomic Rooster. Oh my God, Death Walks Behind You, and I'm brain farting on the title because this was, I believe this was released in Canada, just Atomic Rooster, or it had a different title. Death Walks Behind You. In my opinion, the best Atomic Rooster album. One of the best kind of early proto-metal albums, up there with Blue Cheer and Sir Lord Baltimore and albums like that. And Music on Vinyl did an amazing pressing of this album. And what a pleasure it is to have this album. No one from that label will ever watch my videos. I wish you would. And send me some free booty. Anyone does, you guys are the bomb. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for bringing these albums out in 2017. Gonna stay with the metal. Celtic Frost. To Megatherion, or Therion, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. This came out in a deluxe vinyl edition. Wow. Yeah, double vinyl. It's thick as hell. I talked about this when it came out. It's thick, it's heavy, it's a lot in this one. And it's about damn time they brought these reissues out. Really quick 10-second story. In high school, we had to bring, this is like in high school. This will tell you kind of the era I went to high school in. We had to bring one of our favorite albums, and we had to draw this in class. I think this was probably grade 11. I think we had to do some kind of special art for our favorite album cover. I brought this, and I got sent home. Didn't get suspended, but I got sent home. That's a true story. That's Catholic school for you. Anyways, they took a look at this album, and they said, nope, I got to keep the album, but they sent me home. Anyways, Celtic Frost to Megatherion. That just thrilled me. Queensryche, The Promised Land. I'm trying to think of what to say about this album other than I'm a massive Queensryche fan, and this might be, I'm not sure. There's some of those suckier later Queensryche albums that I really don't care about, but this was kind of, I'm trying to think, this might be the last of their kind of good albums if you're into Queensryche. And then it got kind of dodgy, although I do like American Soldier and I do like Operation Mindcrime 2. I do like those later albums. But to me, this is kind of the end of the classic Queensryche period, and then it kind of, yeah. Anyways, like I said, that was just a really nice missing piece of the puzzle that I needed. And we're gonna end this here, so it's not too long. I did feature this. You can tell my taste if you don't know my videos. They are everywhere. So I've gone from metal to country rock to all kinds of places. And we're going to end it with this. Not the hugest reason, but I got this at such an amazing price drop special from Amazon UK. It was half price. It was on my most wanted forever in 2017. And I finally got it. It was on one of my other videos, the Human League, a very British synthesizer group box set. What's great about this album, or this box set, is first of all, don't pay full price for this. It's a friggin' ripoff. Like I said, I got this for half price, and the only reason I got this was because it's half price. It's worth the half price cost. It's not worth the regular, trust me, it's not worth the regular price they're asking. This is mastered at Abbey Road Studios. It's cut at 45 RPM. It sounds amazing. This is the be-all and end-all for Human League box sets for me. And what's cool is they just didn't put regular album tracks or things like that on it. They went for kind of rare A-side edits. They went for DJ edits. They went for rare tracks that aren't ridiculous remixes. So they're kind of like single edits and kind of rare DJ edits that came out. And well worth it. 3-record set, 45 RPM, mastered at Abbey Road, and it sounds like it. It's an amazing box set. I'm a huge fan of the Human League. I did get a chance to meet them over there, which you don't see. I have some autographed Human League stuff. That would make a good video. Well, actually, it would be a long-ass video if I showed you all my autograph stuff from being in the business for so long, and then the stories of meeting these people. Maybe 2 people would be interested. Having said that, thank you very much for watching this. I do have a Christmas kind of recap, really short video coming up. I hope you do watch that, because that will be a lot more meaningful than these vinyl find videos, because I get to give credit where credit's due to those of you who've been by my side via the online world of YouTube. So I want to give thanks at that. Then there's a little short Christmas message, and then a really quick short kind of what's going to come up in 2018. Having said that, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I'll save my gratitude for my Christmas video. This has been David. These have been my favorite vinyl reissues of 2017. I hope you've watched this one because it means a lot to me. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you shortly with another video. Take care.